The brothers in Houston. Like I said, shout out to the brothers out there in Dallas. The brother Yasha Allah Oscar, the brother Isaiah Allah, the brother David. Like I said, shout out to the brothers and sisters in Albuquerque. And shout out to all the brothers throughout the four corners there. Even brother Montazar up there right now. He's in Fort Worth or Waco right now, sis.
He's in the Dallas area, actually.
I've been in the Dallas area. So shout out to the brother Montazar up there, continuing doing the work of the Most High and everything. To all Israel. All right, whether you call yourself Israel United in Christ, GMS, ISUBK, shout out to the brothers out there on 14th Street up there in Harlem, to the Army of Israel, to the Ambassadors of Christ, to the House of the Redeemed Servants up there in Oklahoma, to House of David, to all brothers and sisters and families out there teaching, trying to restore, and trying to get Israel back to the Most High, trying to get us back to our identity, trying to get us back to righteousness, trying to get us back to where when we finally come back together and gather ourselves together, that our Lord, our Savior, our Deliverer, Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai, might show back up so that we as a nation can be delivered, right? That we might actually fulfill or understand that we're actually in that time of Daniel. When Daniel prophesied about in the second chapter, that there was four kingdoms. I'm sorry, the second chapter was the statue, the tall statue, and it had the arm. What was the arm of gold? The head of gold, the arms and chest of silver, the brass and legs, the stomach and legs of brass, and and then the iron going all the way down to the iron, and then melted with the iron and mud. That we're actually in that time where that statue. So there was a rock that was shooting out of the mountain, and it smote the statue and destroyed all those kingdoms. We're actually in that time of that stone actually striking the feet, that representing that fourth kingdom that was mixed with the iron and the miry clay. Yeah, we're in that time right now. That's from Daniel's second chapter. We're going to Daniel's the seventh chapter. We're actually in that time of where it told you about four great beasts, and the four beasts represented four kingdoms, and that it was the lion that had eagle's wings, which is a griffin that represented the Babylonians. Then you had the bear that rose up on one side. That was the Persian and the Mede Empire, the Medo-Persian Empire. Then you had the leopard. We know the leopard represented Alexander the Greeks and Alexander the Great, or the Greeks Empire. Those kingdoms came, rose, and they all fell. And then slow down more. And then we have the fourth kingdom that it was going to be during the time of the fourth kingdom that was going to be the time when Christ will actually return back and restore Israel back to its glory. And we know that empire started with the origin and advent of the Romans, and that it was going to be completed here with the American Empire, right? And it was going to be that time where it was going to be destroyed. But we're living in those times now, where we're about to make the Most High is about to deliver His people. We can go there real quick. Let's go to Second Ezra. Let me close up. I'm on the Bible right here. I'm just using this at this time. And since we are live streaming, I'm trying to use this time now also before we actually get to a class, which is entitled Gentiles. Use this time for anybody who might be streaming right now or within class. Please use this time to please send out texts or send out messages that the show has started. And again, I can't. It's not coming up on my phone. And I just hit the button for notifications. I'm definitely subscribed. Notifications are on. Anyway, for those who can, if you did get the notifications, let me try like this. What's the Can't pull that up. What's the website address? Maybe I can do it that way. Here it goes. Nope. Nope. That's the Sabbath. Yeah, I've got every notification on. Okay, ain't gonna happen, so I ain't gonna worry about it. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 13. Or let's see here. Let me see here. All right. Chapter 15. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 15. We'll start at verse 1. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, we'll start at verse 1.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1.
Read up.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
Right, so we know these were the instructions that was given to Ezra. And we understand from the book of Ezra, E-S-D-R-A-S, in the Apocrypha, he is the same man that you find in the Bible of E-Z-R-A. Ezra and Esdras are the same person. One is pronounced in the Hebrew, one is pronounced from a Greek translation. All right, but it's the same man. It's the same person. All right. Let's read this again. There's a little bit of meat we can turn the bone right here. We pull a little bit out of it. Read that again for me, all right?
Verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
So what does the Most High want his people to hear?
The words of prophecy.
The Most High wants his people to hear the words of prophecy. All right. The Most High wants his people to hear the words of prophecy. Can we look at the word prophecy? Can we look at the word prophecy? Shalom, sis, was good.
I have prophecy, the foretelling or prediction of what is to come.
One more time, sir.
The foretelling or prediction of what is to come.
So what does the Most High want his people to hear?
The foretelling or prediction of what is to come.
The Most High wants his people to hear the things that are about to come. All right, the Most High wants his people to hear what's about to happen. All right, what he's predicting. This is what he wants his people to hear. All right, that so we might know that this is God's work. All right, that he said this, and Ezra was during the Babylonian Empire. So we're talking about almost 600 years before Christ came on earth, and then another 2,000 years after Christ, as we're in 2016 right now, that he wanted this written down then, so that it would not be mistaken who's making this happen. Right? That it would not be mistaken who's actually making this happen. So again, brother, from in 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1, it tells us what? And I want to insert the definition.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words foretelling or prediction of what is to come.
The Most High wants people to know. He wants it written in a book. He wants it written down so we might know who God is. All right? That we might understand who God is. That's why he one thing about God, give me Isaiah 42 and verse 9. A lot of people talk about this is a religion. We're following a religion. We're following a religion. We're following a religion. And no, we're not. We're not following a religion. All right, the reason I say that because we know the word religion comes from the Greek word religio, which means to hold back, keep down, and restrain. We know when you're dealing with the Bible. A lot of people put a religious connotation to the Bible, but when God wrote the Bible for this purpose, that he had it written down before it happened. And no other book of antiquity, no other book, no other history, no other philosophy books, I don't care what you get into, are going to be able to tell you the future before it happens. No other book can do that on the planet Earth. The only book that can do that is the Bible. The Quran cannot tell you the future. It's not going to tell you what God's plans are for his people. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, any of the Egypt steals that people try to go in and look into, those books, those religions, those philosophies cannot tell you the future of God's plans. The Bible can. The Bible is the only book on the planet Earth that can do that. Everybody's got their problem because they think the Bible is a religious book because of what they've been taught since the age of discovery. Since America was discovered and religion was forced upon people, we think the Bible is a religious book. But we don't look to the Bible as, no, the Bible is actually a book of prophecies. And once those prophecies take place, now the Bible becomes what? A history book. That once God says something's going to happen, and it happens, that event now becomes what? History. So now I can now go to a history book and find out where these events did take place. And understand that they were mentioned hundreds if not thousands of years before they actually happened. This is why we follow the Bible. Because the Bible gives us the prophecies of the predictions of what God's about to have happen. And this is why we can trust in it. But if we try and look at it as a religious book, it's going to be a stumbling block. It's not going to make any sense. Then we might just do things like just read the New Testament. We might just do things like just read Psalms and Proverbs and not deal with what the Bible is really dealing with. The Bible is a book of prophecies. So now right now we're in Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9.
Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Read that again, please, for me, sir.
Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things I do declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
The Most High said, before it happens, I've been told you about it. I told you about it before it happens. This is why we shouldn't be so shook and so disturbed as things are happening in the news today. As things are happening and unveiling before our eyes. This is supposed to give us comfort that the Most High spoke of these things a long time ago. And now they're coming to pass. And this is where a time for Israel's rejoicing. We're supposed to be rejoicing now to see that these things are happening. That means our Savior, our deliverer, our salvation that we've been waiting on since, if we're going to get technical with it, since Adam was kicked out of the garden. Adam's been trying to get back has been trying to get back to paradise since that time. We're about to come back into that time where we are about to get back into paradise. And not because we died and went to heaven, but actually doing it the way it was in the very beginning, when Adam had that access from earth, from the third dimension to the fourth dimension, without having to die. That being the sons of God, being like the angels. We're about to come back into that time again. We're about to come back into our kingdom, our rulership, our authority under God, under Christ, and under the angels. This is the time of our rejoicing. We shouldn't be sorrowing right now. We shouldn't be superstitious right now. We shouldn't be spooked and shocked and bewildered right now. We're supposed to be studying so that we can see these prophecies are coming to pass. These things are happening. This is supposed to give us that energy, that fuel, that fire to want to continue to repent, to want to continue to change, to want to continue to get ourselves right for the Father. We understand that we're in that time right now of Matthew 25, where Christ said that the kingdom of heaven is like a man that was going to marry 10 virgins. It tells you that 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. That you had the 5 wise ones were paying attention to the prophecies. They were paying attention to what Christ had said, what the prophets had said, and understanding this is that time. We're supposed to be getting oil and getting ourselves ready for the kingdom. I'm supposed to be cleaning myself up, cleaning my spirit, cleaning my mind, cleaning my thoughts, and preparing to be Israelites. Not still trying to be here and be Americans. Not still trying to be here to be and accept and be a part of the American dream. We waking up. This nightmare is coming to an end. The sun is up. The sun's about to crack over the horizon. Christ is about to be here. This is not the time to well, we don't know how long we're gonna be here, so we go ahead. You out your mind. Let me say it more correctly. As I say a lot of times, you are illiterate. For a person in that mentality, you're illiterate, or you refuse to read. You refuse to study, to understand and look at these prophecies, to understand how close we are to being out of here. Just in the fact that from when Columbus so-called discovered America, that was a historical marking of the end. Because that meant what? As soon as Columbus got over here, discovered the New World, right after that, 1619, almost 20 years later, what? You had to start slavery. That was the revealing, that was the fulfilling, that was the beginning of Deuteronomy chapter 28. That now we're coming on slave ships, and now all the tribes are actually together in the same hemisphere again. That marked the beginning, that marked the time of the end. That was the beginning of the last days. Everybody's got this religious movie type of idea about the last days. That there's going to be actually like a red sun's going to show up. There's going to be, I guess, a blue or purple or yellow moon. There's going and blue coilovers and blue diamonds, I guess, from Lucky Charms. That it's going to be this. Now it's the end. I guess it's like for religion, we're looking for revelations. We're looking for an actual beast to rise up out the ocean, like what was that Revenge of the Titans or something like that. That it's gonna be some Gorgon. It's gonna be Medusa's head. It's gonna be Poseidon and let loose the Kraken. And it's gonna rise up out the sea, and that's what we all gonna know. Okay, we're in Revelation right now. This is about that time. See, that's the seven-headed beast right there. See, that's in the Bible. So, man, we know we're getting close. No, we've been close. We are really at the pinnacle. We're at the. I mean, it's here, but we'll get into this. So Isaiah 42:9 says what?
Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
What did he say?
It says, before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
So where can you go and find these things at? In the Bible. Where do you say these things at? You can go find it in the Bible. The Bible is better than any newspaper out here. It's better than TMZ. It's better than gossip. It's better than Paris Hilton. It's better than Facebook. The Bible it will let you know exactly what time we're in, exactly what's going on. But if you don't study the Bible, and when I say study, I mean study. If you don't study the Bible, all these things will be oblivious to you. And you'll be so caught up and wrapped up into the lies and the deceptions that this world has put out here on purpose to keep you asleep, to keep you still dreaming, to keep you still disillusioned, to keep you still under a spell that you really don't care, don't see, don't know, don't realize how close to the end we are. You'll be so caught up into what is right now the Olympics or sports or Netflix or Hulu or fmovies.com or .to. We'll be so caught up into these things that the prophecies will not matter. And then I'm looking at my life and I'm trying to measure my life to what I see on TV or what have you, and it's only cast out there like that movie They Live. You saw with Roddy Piper. That you will have no clue and understanding that it's done. It's over. I mean, when we come back and look at some of the more obvious things, we know that Christ told us in Matthew 24. We don't have to go there, but in Matthew 24, he said that like in the days of Noah, before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage. Then now, you don't pass same-sex marriages. That's legal now. I just saw a thing on Facebook just yesterday, and it was really an Issachar family, so-called Mexican family, and the mother and the son were dating and in love with each other.
Yeah.
You saw that, right?
Yes, I was disgusted.
What?
I sat there.
Blood mother?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think she had given him away for adoption or something at one point, and then he told her that he loved her, that he fell in love with her, and he actually said, well, if it's okay for two men, then it's okay for me to be able to love freely.
He sure did.
Mm-hmm.
If two men get married or two women get married,
Yeah.
then why can't I marry my mother?
Yeah.
They tongue kissing
Like
each other down. I mean,
disgusting.
all down the throat, like Biggie Smalls described in one of his songs. Kissing, holding hands, hugging each other. I mean, not just like a regular mother and son kiss on the cheek, holding hands crossing the street. I'm talking grown man with his grown mother going at it.
Yeah.
But this is the world we live in. That when we see these things coming to pass, we see these things happening. These supposed to be signs to let us know how close to the end we are. This is supposed to give us that wake up call. It's the alarm. Stop hitting the snooze. Stop trying to go back to sleep. This is what we're supposed to wake up. Shalom, y'all. We're supposed to come back and actually realize how close to the end we actually are. That it's over. It's at its end. Right? Where we at right now? Let's read that again. Isaiah 42 and 9.
Isaiah chapter 42, verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
What does the Most High say again? And for those just walking in, we're
Isaiah,
yeah, slow down a little bit. Tell everybody where you go.
Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9. Behold,
Does everybody have?
God.
42 and verse 9.
All right, thank you.
Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9. Behold, former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of
The
them.
Most High let you know before things happen. I already told you about it. Not in a dream, not in a vision, in a book. Hold this real quick and give me Isaiah chapter 30. And verse 8.
Everybody got it?
God.
Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 8.
And we didn't have to listen fast. I want this absorbed. All right? I want this absorbed. I want us to feel it. I want us to understand this. All right? Where we at?
Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 8.
Does everybody have this?
God.
Okay? Read.
It says, Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever.
So what did the Most High say to him?
Now go,
Where we at?
Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 8. It says, Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book.
And he said, write it in the table and do what?
Note it in a book.
And put it in a book. What book is he talking about? The Bible. Make sure you write this down in the Bible. Read.
That it may be for the time to come forever and ever.
All right. Let's go back to Isaiah 42. And let's read verse 9 again.
Everybody got it?
That's fine.
Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
What's the Most High do?
It says, Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Before it happens, I already let you know. I already put out there. I wrote, and I had it written down where?
In the book.
I already had it written down in the book. It's already there. Are you studying to go find it out? Are you studying to find out what the prophecies are? So that you might understand what's going on within our lives. And we might understand, why am I thinking this way? Why is this now important? Why is this now a priority? As opposed to, well, what does God have going on? All right? Finish reading.
Isaiah chapter 42 verse 10. To sing unto the Lord a new song.
Now, why does it say that? After it says before things spring forth, he says what?
Sing unto the
Before things spring forth, what did Moses already do? Read verse 9.
Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Before things happen, I already did what?
tell you of them.
I'm letting you know. And I had it written down in the book so you won't forget. So it is there. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 10. Sing unto the Lord a new song.
Now, after you go and find out these prophecies, after you find out what the Most High got going on, what does the Most High say to do?
Sing unto the Lord a new song.
Meaning what? You can't keep talking the same old thing you was talking before you. You can't still be singing the same song. I'll say it like this. You know how they say people in the world that they say he marched to the beat of his own drum? You can't keep marching to the beat of your drum or your way of doing things or what you perceived or expected or dreams or goals you had. If you start reading this Bible and understand what the Most High's got coming, you got to sing a new song. You can't be,
I'm sorry. I'll ask a question when you're done.
Okay? You can't be the same old person, the same old G, the same old, you know what, okay, I know I'm an Israelite, but I still got these plans. Okay, I know I'm an Israelite, but I still got, I'm still going to do this, and I'm still going to be doing it this way, and I got this going on. You better, how? You're supposed to be understanding the words of prophecy. You're supposed to understand what the Most High is about to make happen. So you got to become that new creature. You got to become a new person. You can't keep singing the same old song. You're doing the same old things just now because of Israel. Now you call yourself an Israelite. Now I got a beard. Now I got some hair. Now with fringes. But your mentality is the same thing. You're still doing the same thing the same way. You can't do. I don't want to say you can't do it. I would say it'd be foolish to keep doing it that way. If now you understand what the Most High has going on, why are you fighting against him? Why are you still trying to establish what you think is right? And he's telling you what he's about to have happen. He's telling you what he's about to do to the nations, to the world, to this kingdom, to the job market, to what have you. You have a lot of our people upset with the police brutality that's being filmed more and more and more. If you was reading the Bible, you would know, you would rejoice to see this happen. If you was reading the Bible, you understand that this is what's supposed to happen. That means we're that close to getting out of here. Not trying to figure a way like, when are they going to finally accept us as Americans? They are not supposed to accept us as Americans because we ain't Americans. I've got rights. No, you don't. You're a servant of the Most High. You're his child, and he is punishing you because he doesn't want you here. We're supposed to be singing a new song, trying to get to the kingdom, trying to get to the Most High. Not I'm trying to stay the same person, and you have to accept me as I am. Either you haven't been taught yet, you're not studying, or you're illiterate. You don't know how to read. Your reading comprehension is, I guess, about that. About that thick. If you're still doing the same old thing, so he said, when you hear the words of this prophecy, you gotta sing a new song. Read on.
Isaiah chapter 42, verse 10. Says, sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth. Ye that go down to the sea, and all that is therein, the isles, and the inhabitants thereof. Let the wilderness and the cities therefore lift up their voice. The village that Kedar doeth inhabit. Let the inhabitants of the rock.
That's it. Go back to Isaiah 42. Isaiah 42. Mm-hmm. What was that? Isaiah 42?
We just came out of 42.
All right, cool. Going back now to 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 1, 15 and verse 1.
Go. I had a question.
Hey, what's your question?
Was this what we just read in verse 10 when it said to sing unto the Lord a new song? Was that the same as Revelations 5 and 9?
Yes.
When it says, and they sung a new song?
Read that. Excellent precept. Let's shut up with the rest of the class. Where we at?
Revelations chapter 5, verse 9.
Let everybody get that. Everybody catch up.
Revelations chapter 5, verse 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to God by the blood out of every kindred.
Where are you at now?
Revelation chapter 5, verse 9.
I read again.
Verse 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to God by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation.
God, let me get this. Let me catch up with you. I thought you were talking about this scripture. Revelation chapter 14. 14.
Revelation 14.
Yeah, I thought you meant this one. Revelation chapter 14, starting verse 1.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 1. So I guess I was speaking of something else then.
It is, but I thought you meant actually this one right here.
Okay.
But we can match it, but this one matches a little bit more precisely. Okay.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads.
It said they had what was written in their forehead.
Having his father's name written in their foreheads.
Meaning they had the truth. Right? Now they had the truth written in their foreheads. Not a tattoo. It's not the microchip. It's not I don't know what other crazy things people are saying about it. Is that no, they have the truth in their minds. And now they're cleansing themselves. They're cleansing their mind. They're cleansing their ways. They're cleansing their behavior. That they have the Most High's name in their mind. That's what their goals are now. What's the thing in my mind now? It's not what I'm going to get here in America. It's not what I'm going to get here in the world. The thing in my mind now is the Father. I want to please Him. I want to get to where He's at. What's the song? I want to be where you are. Am I that old? Anybody? I want to be where. I'm about to pull it up. All right. It's an old song. It's an older song. The Gray is real. Like you're saying, the Gray is real. I'm old, but it's a song that says, "I want to be where you are. I want to go to where the place that you're at." That's what's supposed to be in our mind. What do I got to do to get to there? Not the goal of, well, here in America, I've got a long range goal, a mid range goal, a short range goal. For what I want to be doing here in America. Our mind, the goal in our minds is supposed to be, what do I got to do to get to the kingdom? And that's supposed to be the goal, that I'm not stopping for nobody. I'm not stopping for anything. That's all I see. That's all I'm concerned with. How do I get to the kingdom? How do we get to the Most High? What do I need to do so I can be there? That's what's in the 144,000. That is what's in these men and their families. That's what's in their mind. How do we get to the kingdom? Not surviving here, staying here. I don't want to stay here 1 second longer than we have to. We got to go. If as we look at the prophecies of the Bible that are being unraveled as we speak, and we'll touch on this just for a little bit as we go into this, that, like the scripture says, except these days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. Christ meant that. There's not going to be anything you can do that's going to be in your control that's going to save you. The only thing that's going to be in your control is us coming together as Israelites and pleasing the Father, and He delivers us out of this place. Remember, David talked about what? Now, I mentioned this a lot. I'll mention it again. David talked about walking in the valley of the shadow of death. Where the hell do you think we at? When you read Revelation chapter 6, it talks about, behold, a pale horse. That's not just the title of a conspiracy book. Before it was the title of a conspiracy book, it was talking about being in this fourth kingdom that was going to be as death and as hell. We know hell is talking about what? Being in captivity, where you have no control, no leadership, no hope of survival. That's what the Bible is talking about hell. As death, what has been delivered to us since the discovery of America? It's been nothing but that. I was doing it again yesterday when I was doing some study. Y'all remember how they said they delivered to the so-called Native Americans those smallpox blankets? Have y'all ever looked up smallpox? I'll wait. I'll wait. I know everybody got smartphones. Look up images of smallpox. It's definitely not chickenpox.
It's really bad. I looked it up in when we were in one time in class. In my school, we were studying history, and so we looked it up and we were like, oh my god, like, I almost want to throw up.
Yeah. To the people that helped you survive when you first got here to the Americas, they told you how to plant and harvest maize or corn. They taught you about what berries and what stuff was poisonous, not poisonous. They essentially taught you how to survive in this place, and you delivered to them blankets with smallpox on them. Since they've been here, now real quick, you see this, right? Now real quick, give me St. John chapter 10 verse 10.
Revelation.
St. John, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I was studying. They called this dude, I forget his name. It was Henry something. They call him the father of gynecology. He did all his experiments on slave women with no anesthesia. He would perform surgeries on these women with no anesthesia. It'd be after he performed the surgery and got whatever information he needed, then he would give them some morphine to get them excited again so he can continue to do more experiments on them. Talking about this dude did over 30 surgeries on one woman alone with no anesthesia. Slave women. We all are familiar with the Tuskegee experiment. I'm going to infect so many Negro men so I can just study the effects of syphilis. But I was studying yesterday. They did the same thing with herpes. They did the same thing with gonorrhea. They did the same thing with measles. They've just been spreading these things just to see what it spreads like within the black community, within the so-called Mexican, Native American communities. This has been happening since we've been here. And we're fighting to try and stay here and talk about America's the greatest country on the planet. What we have real quick? St. John chapter 10 verse 10.
St. John chapter 10 and verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal.
Christ said what?
The thief.
The who?
The thief.
What's a thief do?
Steal.
How was America gotten? It was stolen. It was stolen. The thief only comes to do what?
Cometh not, but for to steal.
He's coming to steal. Read.
And to kill.
And to what?
And to kill.
What has been the America's record, America's history since they got here, since they established this place? Murder. Killing. Read.
And to destroy.
And what have they done since they got here? They've done nothing but destroy. Read.
I am come.
Christ has come. Read.
That they might have life.
That we might have life. Being in America, and because you got your food stamps, ain't a lie. Being American and you're LeBron James, you get $100 million contract for 3 years. It's not a life. You're not living. Again, for those who've been keeping up with us in the Sabbath readings, remember, a can of olive oil is 6 liters. To make 1 liter of oil, it takes 1,300 olives to make 1 liter of oil. That's one. Now, you had to have 6 to offer your 2 sacrifices every day. So that means, so I got some more people here. Get your calculators out in case you forgot. 1,300 olives times 6 is what?
You need 6 liters to sorry, 1,300 what?
1,300 olives, or 1,300 times 6.
7,800.
So that's 7,800 olives. One person had to bring twice a day. Every day. I'm gonna let this again. You had to have every day. This wasn't even a sin offering. It was just a thank you offering for how much the Most High gave you. That you had to come in the morning and in the evening. You had to have one man had to have 7,800 olives squeezed so he could offer the right sacrifice to the Most High. Every day. So let's do this thing. So 7,800 olives times 7 for a week. Let's do that.
54,600.
You had to have 54,000 olives squeezed a week so you could just present the daily sacrifice. One man. I'm going to back this up a little bit. So if it's 7,800, right?
Yes.
Turn your phone sideways because the number's about to get big. So 7,800 olives times 600,000, because that's how many men was in the army. 600,000 men were in the army. Let's see, I pull up on the computer here. Maybe I can get it.
600,000 times 7,800.
Yep.
Wow. Wait, what? 4 million.
Make sure you get the number right. Read the comments. Make sure you read the comments.
Is that 4 billion?
I will say, read the comments.
4 million, 680 million. 4.6 billion. 4.7 billion.
What is he talking about?
That's 4,680 million olives.
So 4.6 billion.
A day.
Multiply that times a year.
Exactly. It was 4 billion olives had to be squeezed every day for 600,000 men.
Wow.
And LeBron James is getting 100 million for 3 years? Times
Oh, no.
3,
So
6,
that's like, is that
5.
1.7 trillion?
Okay, this is millions, but that's a trillion. 1,708,200,000,000 olives per year.
Oh wow.
Per year. Just so we can fulfill the daily sacrifices that we had to appear before the Most High twice a day. 1 trillion. How many servants do you need to have in order to squeeze off 1,700,000,000,200,000,000 damn olives? A lot, yeah, a lot. And it's said with that British accent even. A lot. Just to give some weight, you might understand how much wealth we had in the promised land. How much we had, if that was just olives. Remember when the spies, can you find that for me real quick? When the spies went to spy out the promised land, it took 2 men to carry what? Let's get it real quick.
1 cluster of grain.
God.
So,
Get it. If you got it, you know what I'm saying? Get it. Let's go to Numbers chapter 13.
Verse 23.
Start at 17.
Come. Numbers chapter 13, verse 17.
Does that, when everybody has it, please say con. The word con in Hebrew means yes. So when everybody has Numbers chapter 13, verse 17, please say con.
Numbers chapter 13, verse 17. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said unto them, Get you up this way southward, and go up into the mountain, and see the land, what it is, and the people that dwelleth therein, whether they be strong or weak, few or many, and what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad, and what cities they be that they dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds, and what the land is, whether it be fat or lean.
So Moses sent these spies out. Go check out the land so we can see what it's like. So we might know what the Most High is going to give us. Go ahead.
Whether there be wood therein or not, and be ye of good courage, and bring of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the time of the first ripe grapes. So they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Zin unto Rahab, as men came to Hamath, and they ascended by the south, and came unto Hebron, where Ahiman, Shishai, and Talmai, the children of Anak, were. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. And they came unto the brook of Eshcol, and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster of grapes.
A branch with what?
A branch with one cluster of grapes.
It was a branch with many.
With one cluster of grapes.
A branch with just one cluster. One cluster of grapes. Go ahead.
And they bare it between two upon a staff.
Hold on. It took how many people to carry one cluster of grapes?
And they bare it between two upon a staff.
2 men had to carry a cluster of grapes. Exactly. It was the promised land, the land of milk and honey.
So just like think of one vine of olives, it's like we don't even have to worry about it. 2 vines. We're getting
I'm thinking them grapes must have been looking like watermelons. That it took 2 men to carry it.
Well, what if they were? I was just imagining like a huge grape, giant.
We're talking about hybrid foods, and GMOs, and red dye number 40, and trail, and what have you. You tripping.
You see those table grapes and be like, damn, this one like grapes.
For real. We're not putting together. When Moses said he gave us the promised land, the land of full of milk and honey, what did he give us? How nutritious was that food? How health beneficial was that food? We was getting the purest of nutrients and vitamins and minerals and B12 and B6 and vitamin C and vitamin K and A and what have you. We was getting it all there. We didn't get sick. While we were in the promised land, we did not get sick. The food was that pure and that big and that great. And we think now because I have a black card, I can shop at Whole Foods exclusively, I'm doing something. No, y'all shop at HEB. I'm going to Whole Foods. I love my family. It starts with an SH and it ends in T. There's an E in between that. Yeah, I'm not trying to, I ain't got to say it. I want us to understand what we left and what the Most High is ready to bring us back to. What we forsook, what we gave away, and what the Most High is wanting to bring us back to and more. we have to start singing this new song. We have to start understanding that no, we came here to the Americas for our punishment, not for our health, our wealth, or our benefit. There's nothing about this place that benefits us. Not a thing. Not one thing about America benefits us as people. And the history of America should prove that to us. That since we've been here, it's been nothing but death and destruction. Now it's death and destruction where they can film it. But you know what's got me flipping? You know, we have the lynching signs that we use for street speaking. They were taking pictures of themselves lynching us back in the 1800s. Back when the camera, remember when the cameraman had the thing over his head? When he had the thing over his head like this?
Right.
And had the whole thing up? And everybody had to stand there for a good 15, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, you want to take a retake, you have to change the bulb.
I'm sorry?
You have to change the bulb afterwards.
Had to change the bulb afterwards, but everybody's still just standing there. They've been taking pictures of themselves killing us, destroying us, slaughtering us. Held us up as trophies when they cut pieces out of the body.
Only difference now is you can now join in life.
Now it's on your phone. Wow. Ain't nothing changed. We got this dream we have that America is for us and we're gonna stay here. We gotta wake up. This was our punishment. Now we're about to come out of punishment. We're about to be it's like a kid being grounded. You're grounded for a week, and then the first 2 days are the longest damn 2 days.
Yeah.
It's prison. It's oh my God, I'm not gonna make it. It's no. Then Wednesday comes. Thursday comes.
Friday.
I got 2 days.
Yep.
Friday, I can't even go to sleep that night.
Yeah.
Saturday, it's on. I'm about to turn up. It's about to go down. I'm free.
Make pancakes.
Right. It's gonna be it's gonna be blueberry pancakes. It's gonna be I'm getting some blueberry pancakes, a bowl of tricks, a bowl of cinnamon crunch. I'm getting a big old thing of milk, orange juice. It's going down because I'm gonna need energy because I'm about to go out here and act a fool. Right, it's gonna be. I'm about to get grounded all over again because I'm about to live this up. We're at that point. We're at that point. So what scripture are we at?
Numbers.
We got that. Now let me get this real quick. Give me Numbers chapter 31 and verse 10. I'm gonna get two of them. Numbers 31 and 10, and then 1 Chronicles 6 and 54. First Chronicles chapter 6 and verse 54.
Numbers chapter 31, verse
10.
10.
Now this is when we was coming in and starting to take the promised land. Read.
Numbers chapter 31, verse 10.
Does everybody have it?
And they burned.
Hold up. Yeah, Numbers chapter 31 and verse 10.
Numbers chapter 31, verse 10. And they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire.
What did we do?
Burnt everything.
Burnt what though? What did it say we burnt?
All their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles.
Their what?
Their goodly castles.
Their bummy castles.
Their goodly castles.
Their hovels.
Their goodly castles.
What were the Amorites living in when we came and took the land?
Their goodly castles.
Their goodly castles. Now, let's go to 1 Chronicles chapter 6, verse 54. What did we do with those goodly castles? Let everybody get it first.
Chronicles Chapter 6, verse 54.
First Chronicles.
Chapter 6, verse 54. All right. Everybody ready? Everybody got it? All right. First Chronicles, chapter 6, verse 54. Now these are their dwelling places throughout their castles in their coasts, of the son of Aaron, and of the family of the Kohathites, for there was a lot.
So where did the sons of Aaron live in?
Castles.
They lived in the suburbs, and they lived in what?
They lived throughout their castles in their coasts.
Castles. When you got a castle, that means you got a moat. There's sheep and donkeys and cattle and the blacksmith, the goldsmith, the silversmith. There's some villages around the castle. This is what we had in the promised land. And we think now because I got me half acre, quarter acre, I'm in a duplex. I'm doing something.
2,400 square foot.
2,400 square foot, nigga. You best recognize. I used to be in a 600 foot apartment. But like Jefferson, I'm moving on up. No, we're not. What we left, what we forsook, what we gave up, what we have now, this is nothing. And you still got to pay taxes on it. I think our brother said the other day, we didn't pay taxes, we paid tithes. What's the difference? Tithes was 10% of all you owned. How much do we own? How much do we own if we could bring 1 trillion
Right.
olives a year? We had a lot. We had a lot. This thing that we have right today, this is not living. So, and finish this up. Now give me back to St. John chapter 10, verse 10. Let's read that one more time with some understanding now. John chapter 10, verse 10.
St. John's chapter 10, verse 10.
When everybody has it, please say con. And if you know the Bible a little better, help a brother out. No, help a brother out. Sharing is caring.
St. John's chapter 10, verse 10.
Yes, sir.
It says, "The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly."
So we know it says Christ said that He's coming that we might have life, and that we might have life more what?
Abundantly.
More abundantly. That the way this is not living. This is not living, but He wants us to have a life that's abundant. But not to stay here in America. To go back to what He gave us. The promised land. If we go to even further back to the Garden of Eden. Back to paradise. Back to where we are the sons of God. The sons and daughters of God. Going back to that place. Not just trying to get my little comfortability here in prison. All right? Let's go back to the second Ezra. chapter 15 and verse 1. Let's read that one more time.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1.
That's in the Apocrypha.
It's on page 32. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
And again, so the Most High wants his people to hear what?
The words of prophecy.
The words of prophecy. We just had a definition for prophecy. That meant what? What does it mean?
I got the foretelling of things to come. Prophecy, the foretelling of things to come.
The Most High wants his people to hear about things that are about to come. Things that he's about to make happen. Things he's about to throw down. And again, it's not going to be because somebody had a dream. Because somebody had a vision. Because somebody had a feeling. That's why he made sure it was written down in a book. Hold this. Give me Habakkuk or Habakkuk. Chapter 1, verse 5. And it's one of the small books. No, hold that one in the red book. This is back in the Bible. We're coming right back to the red book, though. We're coming right back to that red book, to the Apocrypha. Yeah, it's one of the small books. One of the ones that, you know, you ain't gonna see on the regular. You got to kind of be studying a little bit. I'm throwing darts out. Yeah, you got to be studying. You know, trying to get your scripture game up to know where that book is at. But for those that are novices, there is a table of contents in the very beginning. For the amateurs, the ones that are really studying, the ones that know about, can tell me everything about Game of Thrones, tell me everything about Power, tell me everything about Basketball Wives or Hip Hop in Atlanta. But those, all that right there in the table of contents, it lets you know where Habakkuk is. Or Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 5.
Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 5.
The one who watched Styles, what was his name? Biles, or whatever, from the Olympics. The ones who made sure they watched Michael Phelps. The one who should catch Usain Bolt. You was, for whatever reason, you was watching kayaking. You ain't never give a damn about kayaking, but you watching kayaking. And was doing the turns with her, right? Where we at?
Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you.
Most times, look, I'm gonna do something in your days that you ain't gonna believe it. But that's why he made sure it was written in a book. He made sure it was written down long before it happened, so that you might start to believe. All right, let's go to Revelations chapter 19 verse 10. Everybody talking about they dealing with Jesus. Everybody talking about they got the Spirit of Jesus, the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit, and they run up and down the churches and pews and turning cartwheels and breakdancing and doing all type of things. Talking about they got that. I got the feeling. I got the feeling, right? That you just swear the Spirit of Jesus is here. All right. Revelation chapter 19 verse 10.
Revelation. Everybody got it?
When everybody has it, please say comment.
All right. Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not.
So this was John the Revelator. And he was after getting all these prophecies revealed to him but from his angel, he fell down and was going to worship the angel like, you've got to be God. Like you revealed all this to me? You've got to be God. He says, see, you better not do that. Read.
I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren, that I have the testimony of Jesus. Worship God for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy.
What is the testimony of Jesus?
The spirit of prophecy.
If you're dealing with Christ, you're dealing with what?
Prophecy.
You're dealing with the spirit of prophecies. That's what Christ is about, the prophecies. Do you know what time you're living in? Not what car you're driving. Creflo Dollar's driving a $65 million brand new jet to go his old $35 million jet. Because he got these jets, that's why Christ is with him. That's because he has prosperity. Is that supposed to be the sign that you know Christ is dealing with you because of how you prosper? Or are you supposed to understand that you have Christ with you when you understand what? The prophecies that are taking place. You understand what time we're living in. Because a lot of people have been so caught up and still follow religion and have not got their minds cleaned up, they think prosperity means Christ. They're not understanding prophecy is when you're dealing with Christ. Read that one more time.
Revelations.
And the reason I'm saying this, I gotta say it this way, especially as Israelites. A lot of Israelites are depressed, have even lower self-esteem, because if I'm not keeping up with the Joneses, I'm nothing. We measure ourselves by material things. And here it is, we've got the Bible, we've got the scriptures, we got the prophecies, but we're still depressed. And I'm still looking for something to fill that hole in my heart. I'm still looking for something to make me feel something. So, as Israelites, our nation, I'm trying to find, I need to find another, it's almost like the Huey P. Newton song, I need a new drug. When it won't make me sick, again, I'm old, the gray is real. There was an old rock song that says, I need a new drug. But you see with our people, when did our people start doing heroin? Crystal meth. That was white people's drugs. That was stuff we was messing with. We got, we did weed, little coke. And that was, coke was, you was balling. You had to really be kind of esteemed. You were crystal heroin? If I needed a chemical to make this, we were. Oh, you said you went under the sink and got Windex, Clorox, Ajax, all that type of stuff, and we're gonna smoke this? Not me. We weren't going there. Now ecstasy, ice, bath salts. What? That's not what we did, but now look at what we give our minds to. But why? Because I measure myself by my material gain. I'm only a person because I possess this. So come on now. How long has Michael Jordan been out of the league? Michael Jordan.
A long time.
He's in the Hall of Fame, so that means you have to be out the league at least 5 years before you can go to the Hall of Fame.
13, 14.
So it's been 13, 14 years, and people are still damn near dying to get the same reprinted shoe.
The things that were 20 years ago, the same shoes that we were fighting for 20 years
The
ago.
exact same shoe. It just came out again.
You're getting shot on the street from it.
Getting shot on the street for the same reprinted shoe. But why? Because we still measure ourselves by what material things we have. We were down in Miami in March. Miami is the #1 plastic surgery city in the whole country. #1. But why? All that sun, all the beaches, and if you don't have this type of body shape, you don't look this type of way, your esteem is out the window. There was more Planet Fitnesses and 24-hour fitnesses and LA Fitness and all these fitness spots out there. Because if I don't look a certain way and I don't drive a certain car, if I don't be a certain way, I'm nobody. I'm nothing. I can't operate. Because we still measure ourselves not by do we have the prophecy and the words of Christ, understand this Bible. I still measure myself in my low self-esteem, in my low depressed state, in my unspiritual state, by what I possess, and not by I really have the understanding that's been hid for ages. The prophecies are revealed. I can come to class at any time. I can open a book on my own and see, damn, these are the prophecies coming to class right now. And you would think you would rejoice in something like that. But we're so consumed with the American lifestyle that we don't understand that I feel bad, I feel down, I feel this, I feel that. Why? You still got the American, you still living as an American.
We don't possess the true riches.
That's not true riches. That's the Bible. Okay, that's all good, but I got bills. The Bible, but I still don't feel right. I still don't feel good. I still don't feel accepted. What are you talking about? Real quick, I know we're in a lot of places. Matthew chapter 13, verse 16. You know, a lot of times I've said it myself, and you hear it a lot. So I'm supposed to have joy in this? Where's the joy? I'm supposed to be doing with joy. And Matthew chapter 13 and verse 16. You're not having that joy. Again, because you forgot about the prophecies. You don't have that joy because you've let, like he told Luke, you let the lust of other things come in to choke the word. Now, it's not about rejoicing that I got the word and these prophecies and I understand what time we're living in. Now, something else, another lust, another desire has came in and it's choking the word out. So now I'm not feeling good about myself unless I possess this. I can do this. I've got this perceived liberty. I don't feel good. I don't feel right. But those are the signs that you're letting other things choke out the word. Matthew chapter 13, verse 16. Can we read that, please?
Everybody got it? Matthew chapter 13 and verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see.
Stop. Read that one. This, if you have the words of Christ in red in your Bible, who's speaking?
Christ.
So what is Christ saying?
They're blessed. Our eyes are blessed.
To do what?
They see.
That you can see these prophecies. You can see this truth. You're blessed. I guess it's again, we get so caught up into the rigmarole of this world. We really have lost the appreciation for
For the truth.
do you know what type of diabolical schemes have been put together to keep the truth that we're Israelites away from us? Do you know what they've done to make sure we will not ever find out we're the Israelites? They sacrifice their own people to religion, to
Poison.
military, to court, to militias, and they're killing them to keep the secret away from us that we are the Israelites. They put out so much propaganda. 1 second, sis. They put out so much propaganda, so many lies. Come on, how many times have you tried to show somebody this Bible in your own family and they look at you like you're crazy? No, Israelites. What the hell are you talking about? We're not the Jews, and your people are ready to fight you about. No, we're not Jews. White people are the Jews. We're African. We're Gentiles. They're ready to fight you in the belief that we are the Gentiles. They're ready to fight. They don't want to see no parts of the Bible. That was all done by plan. That was designed to have that reaction. For us to get this truth, the fundamental Israelites, I don't know if I can quantify it, not in one class, and really bring it out. How blessed we are to find that we are the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We really are these people. The depth that has been taken to keep that knowledge from us is ridiculous. I've been watching this. Y'all ever watch that kind on YouTube? Polite.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. You're just hell bent on just it not being the Bible. You can put together philosophy, chemistry, all type of things. Foolishness. But for somebody who doesn't know the Bible, that would make sense. I was watching him today, and I thank the Most High that he didn't become the truth before this nigga got on YouTube. I'm gonna be completely honest, because that nonsense he's talking. If I didn't know the Bible and didn't know and wasn't assured that I'm an Israelite, that nonsense would make sense. It really would. Do you understand? You have to be chosen to see this truth. I don't think that registers enough with us. This wasn't an accident. You had to be chosen for the Most High to open your eyes to see the truth. Matthew 13:16, let's read it.
Matthew chapter 13 and verse 16.
Right?
But blessed are your eyes, for they see.
Do you understand? You had to be blessed. You had to be chosen. You had to be, come on. Each of us knows what lifestyle we were leading before we came in this truth. For whatever it is you was doing. We know the scripture tells us this. You can write it down. Jeremiah 3:14. Moses said, I will pick you one of a family and two of a city. So you sitting there wondering, how come the rest of your family can't see this? They weren't chosen. You were. They were not picked. As cold as your cousin is, as smart as your dad is, as religious as your auntie is, they weren't picked. They weren't chosen. You were. Yes, sir.
I have a question. Okay, so I know that there's like a certain amount that are allowed to go. What about like the little kids?
You say allowed to go in to the kingdom?
To the kingdom, yeah. Like, are the little kids also like? I also like is curious. Like, I know because we don't like actually have a body, we go in like the spirit, right? I was like, are we allowed? Like, can we have kids? Like when we're there?
Oh, no doubt.
Okay. I was just thinking. I was like.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Little kids, women, children. You have to be able to count how many gonna make it. But we know we had to wake up 144,000 before
We can
get out of here.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, again, we forget that's what we're supposed to be trying to do. Find that 144,000 men so we can all go home.
Oh, okay. So I know there's like probably more than 144,000.
Not yet. We still here.
No, I meant like I was sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't finish.
Yeah.
Go ahead, finish your question.
Well, I was like, I know there's like 144,000 men like already like in the school, but not all of them are awakened. So with that being said, like you have to like fully awaken them, right?
Yes.
And then like fully awakened like to where they're like fully living in it, like they're 100% committed.
100.
All right.
Not 95. Not 90.
9.9.
Not
Not-
99.9.
Yeah, not 5%. No. 100.
So I thought the 144,000 was the body in government. Like that was 12,000 from each tribe that's
Yes.
gonna live forever. Not the two. Like it's not like that's not the only 1/3. That was a specification, like that's only men and not women. That it's gonna rule Israel forever. 144, and then the rest will be the wives and the children and the other men who are not gonna be a part of that. Is that true?
We're jumping a whole bunch of places.
That wasn't even a question.
Let me do this. First, I'll finish this. Finish this verse right here.
Sorry.
Matthew 13 and 16.
Yeah, Matthew 13 and 16. Let's finish this.
Matthew chapter 13 and verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
A lot of times, again, we don't, this scripture never comes to mind. We sit here and we count, but we look at things, and I don't feel blessed. Again, and I'm using the measure of what material things I possess as a description for blessing. But Christ is telling us right here what? You're blessed to be able to see and hear this truth. To be able to get yourself ready, get yourself right and cleaned up, to be married to Christ. What? And I'm not talking about Steve Austin. What? We are actually at the point where we can now hold this. I didn't want to jump, but I'm going to have to. Read Baruch chapter 4 in the Apocrypha. I believe it's verse 4. It might be 6.
It's page 105.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 4.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 4. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
And we don't let this sink in. We think that, oh, I got to do it God's way. This is hell. This sucks. This ain't life. I'm depressed. I'm a prisoner. I'm a slave. No one cares about what I got going on. No one cares about me. No one cares about what I think. You tripping. It says, O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us. We're actually finding out how to please God. That whatever changes I got to make to please God is pleasing God. For everything that we've been through in the world, for whatever you participated in, from street life to college, what things did you have to give yourself over to be accepted in those realms? You did it. You did it, and without a second thought. If I'm gonna join this fraternity, then this is what I got to do. If I'm gonna join this group of people, then this is what I got to do. We did these things, and there wasn't no second thought about it. Now we're finding out what it takes to please God, and now I'm depressed. I'm finding out what it takes to please God, and now I got second thoughts. So I'm gonna use that college thing again. How many years of college do you have to go to just to get your AA, associates?
2 years.
3 years. So you go to 3 years of college to get that associate's degree. But now to come back and do what it takes to please God, all of a sudden, I ain't got a life. Why is it got to be like this?
It's kind of like taking a Dauphin and trying to make them clean. Because that Dauphin been known for backslide. But that Dauphin want to be clean, but he got to have them drugs at the same time. But it's a fight. So, therefore, I mean, he gotta walk, or he gotta have brothers and sisters to, carry him or help him or something like that.
And that's a good thing. But now, even for that Dauphin, from kids we heard crack is wet. From kids we heard about the dangers of drugs. But in order to be accepted by whatever group of friends, you had to take that first hit. It got you there. You still made a choice. There were still things going on that I'm gonna do this so I can be accepted. So I can be with this group of people. I want to be accepted. And you went there, and but you've been known. We all got family members that we've seen it destroy them. Some people went and picked up the same crack pipe that they had to go there. But I'm trying to be accepted. And I did these things, knowing the dangers. I didn't realize it was going to be to that extent, but we knew the dangers of what was going to be, what was going to happen. But we still give ourselves over to it. But now here we are, the Most High is showing us how to please Him. And now it's like, I don't want to do that. Now we got this stuff like, this ain't making me happy. I don't have a joy. I don't see the benefit in it.
But you gotta look at the pain that Harold had go through. His body is hurting.
True.
I mean, so you gotta think about him, defecating on himself and all that, trying to kick that.
Right.
So therefore it's more easier said than done. What I'm saying.
The consequences of our actions is that because we got involved with that, now to the point I'm defecating myself, I done stole from family members. Whatever sex acts I gotta be a part of so I can get this, that, or whatever. Those are the consequences of the what I've had to do. It got me there. But I cannot say that I didn't know or wasn't aware and have seen the dangers of even getting started with this lifestyle. But I still give myself over to it. From someone on drugs to somebody, again, even going to college. What kind of sacrifices did you go through to be accepted within that lifestyle? And if it was sports, how many parties did you not go to? Because you had to work out, because you had to make sure. They said Magic Johnson shot what? Like 500 free throws a night? Every night, even after practice? Why? So I can be the greatest. They said Kobe. Kobe had a bad night. Kobe would go find a gym, and he was going to keep going until he shook that. So you don't play the full game, travel wherever, you don't find a gym somewhere, and you're going to be there another 3-4 hours until you get your shot back, get your magic back. How much sacrifice were you giving yourself over to? We do these things, but I hear the Father is giving us the way how to please Him. Now, for where at one time, if church said I had to get baptized, I would get baptized. If church said I had to give this, I would give that. If church said do this, I went and did it without and felt good about doing it. Now I'm finding out what it actually takes to please God. And now a lot of us have issues with, I don't want to do that. Why that? Why this? And all I'm saying is, we have that mentality and we don't realize how much more cleaning up of our spirits and our minds needs to take place to understand this is what it takes to please the Father. He's given me the opportunity now to learn how to please Him. And if I look at it from that point of view, it might be difficult, but it's not hard. Not for everything else I give myself over to. If a coach got in my face, yelling, spitting, I remember my high school track coach. This dude smoked, dipped, and chewed sunflower seeds. Had the worst breath ever, and would be in your face right here. When he told my ass to run, guess what I was doing? I went ran. He didn't. It wasn't like he ran step for step with me. Big fat white man to do was disgusting. He told me to go run. I was sitting there looking at him like, what about you? Why don't you run? I said, if I'm going to be part of the team, this is what I got to do. This is what I got to put up with. We've done these things. But we get the truth, and it's like, well, what you doing? I don't see you. Somebody can read me the Bible. It's like, well, when I see you do it, then I'll do it. But there's too many things in the world that we did where we was told to do it, and we did it, and we didn't see no one else doing it. But we understood, if I want to get this degree, if I want to be accepted here, if I want to get this money, if I want to do this, I'll just do it. But we come in the truth, all of a sudden it's like, it's a mental breakdown. How do you mean a mental breakdown? You did all this negative and it had nothing to say. Now somebody can read you the Bible and you got a question. Well, what are you doing? Well, you go to church, was paying tithes, didn't give a good two shakes about what the preacher or where it was going. I never tell you, okay, we put money in this offering plate. Do they go to the bell and leave the money up there for God to get it? What they do? Didn't care. I knew I was supposed to give money. Did it, and if the preacher drove a car, a horse, cool. Whatever he's doing, give the truth. And I was like,
It's still hard.
we tripping. What I'm trying to focus on right now is the mentality we should be in to even understand the depths of what happened, to erase the fact that we're the Israelites, and now we can actually read in the book and find out what's the right way, the right thing to do, the right way to go. You have to be blessed. That's a miracle for that to happen. Read again.
Verse 4, Baruch chapter 4, verse 4. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
Read.
Be of good cheer.
Be what?
Be of good cheer,
Go ahead.
my people, the memorial of Israel.
We are the memorial. We're the memory. We're what's left of Israel. And now we're finding out we are those people. That's supposed to give us a cheer. Read.
Verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations.
You know this is only talking about us. We were sold to the nations. Read.
Not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemies.
But so why would we give it to our enemies? We pissed God off. We pissed God off. But now we're finding out what it takes to please God. For him to come and send a deliverer, a savior to get us out of here so we can go home. How many of our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents grew up in the civil rights movement? Got attacked by dogs, got attacked by police, went through all those horrors, and it was for nothing. And it just gave up and really taking on the mentality, if you can't beat them, join them. That they've tried militias, Black Panthers, Rastafarianism, every religion out here, they've tried it, and it's all led to nothing. And now here we are, we're finding out we really are the Israelites. And the reason we've been going through what we're going through is because we broke Most High's commandments. Now we're finding out what it takes to please him, to get back on his good side. That is a miracle. And we understand that our coming up means the destruction and annihilation of the nations, of their governments, their way of doing things, of their money. It's about to be destroyed. This is a time of rejoicing. All right? Getting back, I do want to finish this. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. This time is going too fast. Chapter 15 and verse 1.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1.
Page 32.
God, page 32. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper.
Hold up. No, cause them to be dreamed in a dream.
Cause them to be written in paper.
No, because I had a dream last night. This scared the heck out of me. And I know God's coming.
To be written in paper.
God said he wanted his words. What?
Written in paper.
What paper? The Bible. So it's already written. You don't need to add to it. You ain't got. It's not needed. The words of the prophecy of the Most High are already written down where?
In paper.
In your journal.
In the Bible.
No, in your diary.
In the Most High's book.
No, in your autobiography about how you feel and your sleep dream book that you've been charting from the age of 12.
In the KJV.
Read.
For they are faithful and true.
What's going to be faithful and true?
The prophecy is written.
The prophecies that are written, they're faithful and true. Read.
Verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up.
A feeling that you do not or cannot believe or accept that something is true or real.
You cannot let the fact that the nations don't believe what the Bible says is true affect you. You can't let the nations of religion get you to the point where, because they don't believe in the Bible, now you don't believe in the Bible. That America's going to go on forever. That the government really is here for you. That we're finally going to elect a president that's going to be on our side. That's going to finally be on our behalf. That is going to finally protect us. You better get that out your mind. Do not let that, don't stop. Don't let the incredulity, the unbelief of those who don't believe in the Bible, get you to the point where you don't believe in the Bible. Well, yeah, why do we got to do it this way? Why do I got to change? Why do I got to start thinking this way? Why? Why? No one else in the world is doing that. Why I got to do it? Don't let that get you caught up. Read it.
God. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
If you're not faithful about the words of these prophecies, you're going to die where?
In their unfaithfulness.
Read.
Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
And every time you turn the news on, you read about these things.
God.
And it's increasing. It's increasing. Read.
For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. I know when they're talking about now putting in the transgender bathrooms, I'm still.
I was gonna say I actually had that happen to me today. There was a man in the bathroom. Yeah, I didn't mean to, but I looked at. I know. I looked and I was like, and this was at work, and I just kind of looked and. He's like, I'm sorry, and I was like, I just walked out. I didn't know what to do. Like, it felt uncomfortable. There was a man in the bathroom with me.
Now, our children are about to grow up where that's a normal sight.
Right. That was the first time it happened to me. It freaked me out. It did.
This is gonna be normal for my youngest boy is 9. It's gonna be normal for them to look and see a girl standing at the urinal, or what looks like a girl standing at the urinal.
Oh, okay. That's what you meant. I was like, girls don't stand. So I was like, what? Like, there's no urinals in the girls' bathroom. I was confused.
I guess it's about to be.
Okay.
I'm thinking about how am I going if you have a toddler or a young child, and you send them to the bathroom.
You can't.
You can't. Which bathroom are they supposed to go to? This is the world they're about to grow up in. It says wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Not just some part, the whole earth is thinking like this. Did y'all see that? There's an Olympian, a transgender Olympian. Used to be a woman, but had an operation now as a man and is competing as a man in the Olympics. Sprint, the Sprint commercial is based on that whole thing. Got this freak topless in the men's locker room, looking like a man, and puts a shirt on, and they're asking this freak questions. Like when you was doing this, what'd you think? It didn't matter. And that was his freak's response to everything. And he's running this marathon. It's a female who had the operation looking just like a man. In the Olympics, as we speak.
see one of that doing a weightlifting. You would say it's a dude in the gym with the shirt off, feels like a man. I mean, cut, but it's a girl. It's a girl. It's crazy. Whoa.
Read.
And their hurtful works are fulfilled.
You know?
Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit.
They're doing it. They don't give a damn who sees. When we're at the point where for you to proclaim to be a heterosexual is almost like gay bashing.
That reminds me, when I was at work, the last day I was at work, I don't know if it was one of these last few weeks. This guy comes and I'm reading, and he's like, he comes up to me, he's just like a girl. He's got lipstick on, eyeliner, and booty shorts and a tank top, and he comes in and he goes, where can I find something sexy? And I'm like, all the way at the back, and it's the only girl store. Like, there's no boy section in Agassi. And I was like, he goes all the way back, and he's like, I'll be right back. And he brings his friend in, and he was like, where did you say it was? And I'm like, in the back, sir. And I'm like, shoot, I was not supposed to say that. So I like cut my tongue, and I was like in the back, and I was like, being helpful, let me know. And he comes back, and he's like, I need your advice. And like these like this really skirt shorts, and he was with sparkling, and I was thinking in my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, like help me now. I don't know what to do. Like,
where you could be in danger of your job because you call him a sir.
yeah, I know. That's why I bit my tongue, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, like if I go to employee relations, be like, there was a manager there where this is a diverse environment. You know, we accept all. You can't discriminate.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
Every time I'm in Hebrew, it's like,
And
don't discriminate against me.
And it says which they profanely commit. They're doing it, and there's no result. There's no reservation. When the military now has adopted that transgender people cannot join the military, and the only thing they passed the law already, so it's legal. All they were trying to work out was now the finances. If a person decides they want to get the sex change operation while in the military, so you can go in as a man, claim transgender, and have the military pay to have you have a sex change, come out a woman, or vice versa. In the military.
They're trying to lure people in the military.
So the military pays for that.
They'll now pay for it now, yeah.
People will join this.
Yeah. Read.
Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
What verse we in? So everybody can catch up with you.
Verse 8.
All right, so we're in 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 8. Go ahead.
Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the unjust complain continually.
The souls of
the unjust.
It says the unjust or just?
The souls of the just. And the souls of the just complain continually.
It says the souls of those that are right are complaining about these things continually, not accepting. Not only that's just how it is. This, it's just let bygones, to each his own. No, the just are complaining about these things. I don't want to grow up in this. I don't want my kids to grow up in this. This is wrong. And I'm not trying to survive. I'm asking, who wants to stay in a place like this? You're really trying to get comfortable in a place that accepts this now? For this nigga to say, if gays get married, then why can't I marry my mother?
If a girl and a dog gets married.
It's
Yeah,
you see on Facebook, this dude is with his mother, and he says, if gays get married, then why can't I marry my mom? And they tongue kissing and everything. I mean,
yeah,
that's how I felt when I was watching it. I wanted to throw up. I really did.
Puke right now.
But and there is a car.
so what's
if,
next?
I'm over here thinking if that's what's it gonna be like in 2 years? If that's how quick it's in less than a year, all this stuff comes out all at once. I'm like, what's it gonna be like in 2 years?
It's gonna be people marrying animals. That's.
But they already did that though.
I mean.
I was like, I've seen that's what I'm telling you. What's next?
More blatant. More blatant. Keep reading.
Verse 9. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter.
And this is what we just don't get. We are being led as a flock to the slaughter. We have our people who don't believe the Bible, but that's not stopping the nations in America from still desiring to want to kill us. That's not stopped. Again, we know from 1972 until 2013, over 17 million legal abortions just in the so-called African American community alone. 17 million abortions. Do you understand how many people that is?
Yeah, I'm like.
And that's just among African Americans. That's not talking about the 9.5. That's just on the form. 17 million so-called African Americans killed with legal abortion.
Oh, so it could be. It's a cartoon.
That's not even counting Issachar. It's not counting Gad. It's not counting anybody else. Just among the so-called African Americans. 17 million people dead. San Antonio and surrounding areas only hold about 3 million.
I know, I'm sorry. That is crazy.
That's only 3 million. Times that by what? 5 now?
So it'd be 20 million.
Times 5, and you've got, if you killed everybody here 5 times over, that would equal how many people have died just from abortion. We ain't talking about violence. We're not talking about gang warfare. We're not talking about drugs. We're not talking about cancer. We're not talking about diabetes. We're not talking about anything else. Just abortion.
It'd be like at least minimum of 20 million people in San Antonio if they had that. And then, like, minimum, because what about everybody else that?
Exactly.
Damn.
This place has never been for our good. Ever. Reading on.
Verse 10. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
What did the Most High say?
I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
He's not going to let us stay in the land of Egypt. We know Egypt means bondage. We're not staying here. So we got to understand, as we see these things happening, this is letting us know we're getting that close to getting out of here. Read.
Verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
No, just the land in the cities.
All the land thereof.
The Most High is going to do what?
And will destroy all the land thereof.
Read.
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn.
Who are those that till the ground? The farmers. So even when you try and go plant your own food, what's the most going to happen?
It won't grow.
Now, one thing we was putting together.
Why they doing the GMO thing? Because certain, what is it, 3rd generation of crops?
Right. That if you have 2 farms, if one farm uses Monsanto or Miracle-Gro to grow their crops, and those crops grow up, and when they release their
if they blow somewhere else.
if their seeds blow into this other farm that's nothing to do with Monsanto, but now that fruit is going to have the DNA of this Monsanto fruit. Now Monsanto now owns this farm and that farm because now this farm is growing fruit that was germinated from
Their land.
this land here.
Yeah, that's been going on for a long time now.
That's been going for a long time. Now, one thing we was looking at also, I'll put the scriptures on this class together. Throughout history, Nero, back during the days of the Roman Empire, Rome was in economic shambles, and there was a lot of division that was happening in Rome. In order to unify the Roman Empire at the time, there was a quote unquote terrorist attack to where Rome was on fire. And that pulled all Romans back together because Rome was burning. He blamed the Christians. So that became the Christian persecution from Italians and from Romans. That when Rome burned, they had to have a common enemy, and this would unify all Rome. Whereas before they were separate, they were a damn civil war with one another. Nero actually burned Rome. And he did this to collect everybody. Hitler, when he came into power, Germany was a democracy. And they was going through bad economic times. There was a pool of Germans that want to come together. So it was called the Reichstag. Somebody bombed the Reichstag. Hitler stepped in and said it was Jewish people. That unified Germany in their persecution of Jewish people. And we know from Auschwitz and other type of things, what type of things they did to Jewish people, but in unifying Germany and getting a common enemy. If we look at America, from the Oklahoma City federal bombing, Waco, Texas, with the Branch Davidians, and then eventually 9/11, look at how that combined and pulled America back together. A lot of Americans was joining militias. They was upset with Bush, except with Clinton. They understood that the government sold them out. So when 9/11 happened, what happened? It pulled all of Americans back together, and then you had our people. Because right before 9/11, you had a lot of black people that was getting mad at the police brutality that was going on. Especially in Detroit. They was about to riot up in Detroit. 9/11 hit, and all of a sudden now, whereas black people were protesting, mad and upset, now we're running to join the military to fight for our country, to be Americans. But we know that the Bush administration set up the World Trade Center bombings. They caused 9/11 to happen. We know that now Barack Obama has passed into law, and this was during his first administration, that if there's a national emergency, martial law is implemented during the time of an election. The election will be suspended, and that president will stay in power for the length of the duration of the. Eisenhower tried it.
Yeah.
He came up with the plan, but it got passed into law with Obama. It's the King Alfred plan. Y'all want to look that up? It's called Rex 84, or the King Alfred plan. And it's under this plan. That's when they've suspended posse comitatus. Posse comitatus was the law that was implemented, saying that no American military will be used against American citizens.
They're gonna have the Russian ones come in.
They've already gotten rid of that. That's already obliterated. And the setup of containment camps, or what we know as FEMA camps, being set up to detain and hold Americans in the event of national security or what have you. Like we saw with Katrina. The flood also hit Houston. That you had the evacuation of all these people, and they were forced into FEMA camps. Now, what we're looking at is, most likely, there's going to be some type of terrorist attack that's going to hit America soon. And it's going to be something that is really terrifying and destructive. And checking out like Alex Jones and some of these other conspiracy sites, it's looking like it's going to be some type of like nuclear mishap or attack. Well, they have the EMPs, but with a nuclear attack, what you have is I'm sorry.
China's the only one that can do that.
And North Korea.
North Korea, China, like in that.
They're going to blame it on whoever. We don't know who to blame it on, but there's going to be some blame. But with more so a dirty bomb or a nuclear explosion, not only do you have the nuclear explosion, going off, but you have the radiation from that nuclear explosion being carried by the wind. So for anybody that's got the plan, we'll just go get our own farm away from the city, and we'll go ahead and just do our own thing. With the nuclear cloud that will be released, you're still going to be forced evacuated into a FEMA camp because it's going to be for your safety. Now, we saw that with Katrina. When the levees were blown up and people wanted to stay in their homes, what did the National Guard do? Came, kicked the doors down, and forced them out for their safety. If a nuclear cloud is now wafting from the southwest, and that's most likely they say where it's going to take place, from the southwest and blow across America, it's going to be forced evacuations. And you can go look up on YouTube and see where they're already practicing the forced evacuation scenarios if a nuclear bomb or nuclear attack or dirty bomb gets released.
They got coffins and everything.
They got coffins and everything set up, and the trains and everything already set up.
I was saying that that's why so many of these Walmarts popping up around.
From Walmarts to all the military bases that were closing down, to all the private jails that have been set up, that's what these things are being set up for. Now, go real quick to Revelations, chapter 2.
Do you? No, I'm sure you'll answer it now.
What was that again?
Right, we're going to Revelation chapter 2. Let's start at verse 9. We'll read 9 and 10.
Revelations chapter 2, verse 9.
Does everybody have it?
Revelations chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
And we're familiar with what we're just talking about. Our people may call ourselves Jews. We call ourselves everything else under the sun. But we are the Jews. And we know which people call themselves Jews and they're not, but are the chief synagogue of Satan. They're the number one adversary. Read.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
What's he going to do?
The devil shall cast some of you into prison.
It'd be just as easy to substitute FEMA camp right there.
God.
Wow.
Read.
That ye may be tried.
And what's going to be the purpose of this?
That ye may be tried.
That we might be tested. Hold this, get Revelation 12 and 12. We're coming right back to this. Give me Revelation chapter 12 verse 12.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12.
I don't want to just read fast. I want everybody to get it.
Fast? Slow.
I said, I don't want to just read fast. I want everybody to read this.
God. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you.
No.
The devil is come down unto you,
Wrath.
having great wrath.
He's going to have what?
Great wrath.
He's going to come down upon us having great wrath. There's going to be a lot of killing, a lot of slaughter, but why?
Because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Because he knows his time is almost at an end. So because he knows his time's at an end, the things he's going to be implementing, trying to extend this time, is going to be even greater. From the abortions, from the cancer rates. Have y'all noticed how cancer rates are going up? There's no godly. I'm gonna say it more truthful. Matthew 24 and 12 says, except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. That was 24 and 12. we read in 2 Ezra chapter 15, the Most High said, I'm not going to suffer my people to dwell in Egypt any longer. Yeah, he said the same place that hit Egypt, they're going to hit Egypt again this time. One of the places in Egypt was, remember how they were trying to kill off the firstborn? They were trying to kill off all the male children. Why destroy the male children? Because the male children bring back the nation. The male children bring back the nation. So this plot or this plan has been in effect for a minute. It's coming to a peak. And this is supposed to have us sad. This is supposed to have us rejoicing. Because that means we're that close to the end. We're that close to being out of here. That this is what the world's been waiting on. This is what the universe has been waiting on. That we're finally, it's about to be done. No more captivities. No more sicknesses. No more, we're about to go home. We're about to be out of here. These are just the final ticks of the clock that got to take place so we can finally go home. I'm not saying to scare us. I'm saying this as we're going over this so we might understand why do I have to work so hard at getting my mind clean? Why do I have to work so hard to make sure I'm doing those things that please the Most High? I'm doing it because we're at the end. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Because this is what it takes to please God. And in pleasing God, that is what's going to save me from all these things. That's what's going to get us and our children over so we get to the kingdom, which we know is going to be on earth. And we have in the clouds where some angels with some butt-ass naked with a harp and milk and cookies. We know it's going to be here, right here on earth. And that's what we're fighting for. So as you're sitting there, as what happens, I don't see why I got to do it this way. I don't see why it's got to be like this. I don't see why I got to keep changing. Well, remember, Christ said what? Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It's time to change. It's time to sing that new song. We're about to go home. But like he said in Revelations also, nothing dirty, defiled, unclean is going into the kingdom. You don't figure you need to clean yourself up? All right, cool. You ain't going. How many times you tell your kids that when you're about to leave somewhere?
You want to clean your room?
And you buy and you just start walking.
You're like, no, wait, okay, I'm cleaning.
Exactly. Let's be in the store somewhere. I'm leaving. And they mess around, try to pull one more toy or do whatever. You get to walking, and what happens?
Okay, go and drop the toy.
They come running. If they got any common sense. If they got that parent who has left them before.
Oh, my mom.
If you got that parent who's left your ass before. All right, cool.
Just hit the block and tag back.
She
hit right, yeah. But you got to get that fear in you. Like, when you looked up, like, she really left.
Yeah. I did that. I was in the doctor's office when I was little, and I was playing with little toys, and the doctor, she's like, I'm going. I was like, wait. I was just turning it. And then she's like, all right. And I was like, I'm going to play with anything when I focus on stuff. Like, I'm really into it. So I don't know how long I was, playing. I was like, okay. I went outside, and Car was there. I was like, what? I was literally bawling, and, I was, going back and forth. And then my mom turns the corner, she's like, I told you I was going to leave. You think I was kidding? I was like, what? My whole boogers and everything.
And then you learn next time you say I'm leaving?
Yeah, he's like, let's go.
She missed that. That toy really, my focus doesn't need to be that much more on that toy. Whatever it is, things important. If I want to ride home, if I don't want to be left. Where we at? Yeah.
Okay, so you know how Isaiah 43, I know that this is a practical thing. The scriptures does say that we need to seek him 20 times more, to really get there. But it's like, as you're teaching, I'm like, what is wrong with us? Like, really? Like, when you teach this type of class and get our minds, out of the cares of this world, and this focus, because that's how I came in the truth. It was always about the end, so that you're not worried about your job, school, cares of this world. And So I'm like, we knew who we were, right? All of the different captivities, but now that it's prophecy fulfilling itself, is it true to say that the Most High is gathering his elect, right? So now it just feels like, before it felt optional to get it together, or you can just come with your fringes and keep new moon, high holy days. But now it kind of feels like you have to straight narrow is the way circumspect. Is that the spirit of the Most High that's like gathering his elect, cleaning them up, and it's one part your effort and another part him, like Isaiah 43 saying, give back, bring my daughters from the east, my sons from the south, the west. He's gathering us. It's like his spirit that is helping us overcome our flesh and that tendency to go astray from him, because it almost feels like now, before it would take a little time to get judged, but now I'm like getting spanked, even like a pre-spanking, or even thinking something wrong. Is that what's happening? That it's because it's prophesied, it's one part of my effort, but the time is short and the Most High is smoking me out of my hole. Like, you've got to get right. Or I don't know.
Well, we know the scripture says the most only chastises the most he loves. Again, just like we're talking about that kid in the store. Then you better come on, or your ass will get left.
Wow.
Whatever it is you focused on, that's the wrong focus. Whatever you think is a priority is the wrong priority. We leave it. But this time the Most High ain't playing. He ain't circling back.
Wow. Look at that.
he ain't running on the other aisle looking to see.
Charities are going straight.
All right. See? Let's go to Psalms.
Okay.
Now we're gonna get several of these right now. Let's get Psalms chapter 111, the 111th Psalm and verse 10. And along with all the other great classes that the other teachers be teaching, when they teach about the inner man, from a person's pride to a person's envy, jealousy, anger, what have you, beautiful classes. Every class that you need to reflect on yourself, look at yourself, clean yourself up, check yourself out, examine yourself. All that's needed. I like to come with these type of classes. Again, there's times where you just get sick of having to look at yourself. There's times it's like I don't want to keep looking. I'm bored looking at this. I'm not feeling this. And I can say even for myself, I'm having that feeling. So as a reminder, I like to go back over these classes to get that reminder about why I'm doing what I'm doing. Why I had to keep fighting myself. As a reminder that we don't get time to play. Give me that. Psalms 111 and verse 10.
Psalms chapter 111, verse 10.
Everybody got it?
Psalms chapter 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
What's the beginning of wisdom?
The fear of the Lord.
You better fear the Most High and what you got going on. That's when you know you're starting to use wisdom. Not because you got this some plan. The only plan Israelites need, you better start with the fear of the Lord. What's the Most High? What is He about to make happen? That's why I said, speak to my people the words of prophecy. Yeah. He's real with this. He means this. So, while we want to think about how the children get. We lose focus. We play with this toy, jump that, go to this toy, jump that, go over here, jump that, fighting the brother. Just all type of just silly shit. We done forgot to fear. So now, even as a parent, what do you got to do to help your child make right decisions?
feel the fear.
Y'all got 10 minutes to get this room clean.
Yeah. I feel like Rocky.
Yeah.
Think I'm playing.
Oh, that today is a new day.
Think I'm playing. Right, but you're tired of? Right.
No words. Oh my
Man, you put sweats on, because we got to do some working out up in here. Get some stretching doing. Because right, it's about to be on. Right. It was some furniture moving. It was some misunderstandings. Read it again. I'm about to go crazy in this one. Psalm 111 verse 10 again, please.
Psalm chapter 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
That really is the beginning of wisdom. When we're dealing with the Most High's wisdom. Do you understand what he's about to do? Do you understand what he's bringing to this earth? So when I don't feel like I should have to obey, submit, give in. Did you see the FEMA trucks out there?
For real. The coffins on the back.
This ain't long enough. This ain't hard enough. Do you think Red State 4 is not really coming? Do you think the GMO food and the hybrid food, do you really think that's not real? You know we had to do that. Do you think you ain't about to get your ass whooped? Do you think the Most High is playing? Do you think that as you keep seeing more and more police brutality, do you think the Most High is playing? I told you, nation is going to rise against nation. People against people. I told you these things. When you hear uproars and rising of the people, then no. When you hear wars and rumors of wars, there's a riot over here, there's a protest over here. Do you think the Most High is playing? While you sit there playing it with this thought in your head, I really don't feel like submitting today. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Guess who you about to submit to then? When the previous trucks and the tanks and the rubber bullets and the tear gas and they got gas that will just make you vomit. You can't stop vomiting. Doop, doop. And you just going to vomit. It's vomiting agents. Have you seen like some of the YouTubes? People getting tased? They're screaming, please, no, for a traffic stop. Most of, do you see this? Women, men. They showed this one 13-year-old white boy who got not 13, about 16. They killed a white boy, tasing him because he was smarting off to the damn cop. Oh, if they do it to their own people, what the hell do you think they're gonna do to us? If they're putting white people to death, what do you think they're gonna do to us, the ones they really hate? We tripping. We really got this American dream in us, like America and something we do in America is going to save us. No. If you're going to deal with wisdom, you better start with the fear of the Most High. We all better start there. Read again.
Psalms chapter 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
Why does it say you have a good understanding when you do his commandments? Because that pleases him. I understand the reason I'm doing this is because it pleases God. That's why I have a good understanding, because this is what makes God happy. That's why I'm doing it. How many, as parents, how many times does a child is in danger of a more severe ass whooping because they do it with an attitude? I gotta ask the question. I know I got parents in here. That child is in danger of more severe discipline. I'll say that. I whoop my kids' ass. The cops get called when I whoop my kids' ass. So the child will be in danger of something more severe to affect that child if they do it with attitude. Yes or no? So if we do it as parents, how do we think the Heavenly Father ain't doing that to us? That we think we have the right to pop off an attitude, suck your teeth, roll your eye? How many times as a child got slapped upside the head because they decided to roll their eyes? You told them to do something and they roll their eye and suck their teeth? They might have a few seconds of safety because you're still trying to process in your mind.
You didn't hear this.
I know damn well, I know I didn't.
Thinking about it.
You gotta really think about it. You're really trying to process, like replay. I said this, and this child, you did, and then you look for confirmation, and be the other child like, he showed did.
Yeah, mommy.
You're right, and yeah. Or you see the other children just backing up, like they already know. The Tasmanian devil's about to let loose up in here, like. I know, damn you. When you can't get out full sentences, right? It's about to go down. How is it that we as parents understand that, but somehow we think the Most High is not going to measure us with the same standard? How the hell is that fair? Your child can receive punishment because they do what you say with attitude, but now you got to do what the Most High says, but you can do it with attitude and it's okay. It's the Most High supposed to understand you grown. Is that what it is? Because you grown, that's why you can get an attitude. But your child can't. Your child will get a more severe consequences because you're telling this child something for the child's good. The Most High is telling you to do something for your good, but you have the right to pop off. On a rare few occasions, you tell your child to do something, they say no. What happens? If they're a toddler, there's some leeway. There's some.
They want to learn to.
Wait till you said.
It's going down. No. I'll get to it when I feel like it. Can't you see I'm busy? You mean stretch? You're reaching for some type of thank you. A better word, apparatus. You're looking for some type of object. What the hell do you mean? When you're ready. We have that standard with it as humans, as parents. We have that standard with our own children. How do we think we can now get away with that with the Father? And it's supposed to be understood? Give me Job chapter 28, verse 28.
Everybody got it? Job chapter 20, verse 28.
No, 28, right?
28. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's 2028?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's Job chapter 28 and verse 28.
Oh, 28.
Yeah, 28.
Oh, yeah.
Job chapter 28 and verse 28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom.
Say what?
The fear of the Lord, that is wisdom.
That is wisdom. Yeah, how many times somebody tell you to do something, you're like, is that the wisest thing? To the parents, if you tell your child to do something, they say why. What happens? If you said to your parents, how many of us heard before the sound of something flying through the air? Because I said so.
Oh, yes.
If there was another reply, well, why'd you say it? When they got the smelling salts and woke your ass up. What did you, as a child, then learn? Shut my mouth and just do what I'm told. How do we figure we can do this with the Father? Read again.
Job chapter 28 and verse 28. Now to man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom.
That is wisdom. Go ahead.
And to depart from evil is understanding.
Let's finish this up. Let's go to the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus chapter 1. I guess we're not going to get the Gentiles. We're not going to get the Gentiles tonight. Well, I'll teach it again on Wednesday, so no. We'll go to Ecclesiasticus or Syriac. Chapter 1, we'll start at verse 12. No, 13. What page is it on for those who have the red Apocrypha?
71.
Page 71 if you have the red Apocrypha. Let's read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 1, verse 13. Whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last.
Read that one more time.
Whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last.
In the end, it's going to pay off. Right now, it might seem grievous, hard, unfair, but if you have the fear of the Lord, it's going to go well with you when?
At the last.
It's going to pay off. Read.
And he shall find favor in the day of his death.
I don't know if we get that. How many times when Most High, the one thing I do want the Most High to show me when we get to the kingdom, how many times he actually saved me from death? I mean, actually saved me from death. That I was doomed, but he actually saved me. If it was a car accident, but he made the car do this, do that, or whatever. If it was some poison, some food, he actually diverted it. Just what have you? A stray bullet, a knife, something going down, that he actually literally saved me from death. It's going to make me cry like a little baby, but I want to see that. That he literally spared me from death. I want to see it. Read.
Verse 14. To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Again, to fear the Lord is what?
The beginning of wisdom.
That is the beginning of wisdom. Read.
And it was created with the faithful in the womb.
Read.
She hath built an everlasting foundation with men, and she shall continue with their seed. To fear the Lord is fullness of wisdom.
Read that one more time, sir.
To fear the Lord is fullness of wisdom.
That is the fullness of wisdom. There's nothing greater. There's nothing deeper. The fullness of wisdom is to fear the Most High.
Just like, you're really, like,
Right. The fear is cultivated, right, through the rod. Like all the things that we've gone through that he kind of spanked us for. That fear is that respect for him. So it just doesn't come through
Necessarily have to
hanging around.
get punished or fear him, right?
It shouldn't. If we was wise, it shouldn't take that.
Just listen to these words right there. What's gonna happen?
But
What he
isn't
do?
that
Do you always have to spank?
No.
You have to get a couple licks in for them to understand what this weapon is for. This tool.
correct?
That
That
is
is
true.
true.
Right. That once you get that tool is applied to the backside, you understand what happens. Then you know that when it comes out, whatever I'm being told to do, I better do it promptly, quickly, and with a smile on my face.
Right.
But I had to get hit a few times. And I had to understand what that means. It's not a toy. I could come up and play with it. Your kids can't ever try to play with the belt. No, there's just something. There's a fear. There's awe of it. This ain't. You ain't playing with this one.
That's why they playing with it, asking who they want. You know what
No. Go ahead.
They put that thing down.
And filleth men with her fruits.
And the fear of the Lord is the fullness of wisdom, and it does what?
Filleth men with her fruits.
Read.
She filleth all their house with things desirable, and the garners with her increase. The fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom.
So what's the epitome? What's the height of wisdom?
The fear of the Lord.
The fear of the Lord.
So the desirable things are the blessings that the Most High will bestow upon you for being obedient.
The kingdom.
Okay.
So that's really like every. You can't talk. Sorry.
No, not a problem.
I was gonna say, like a kid and a parent. Like in every way, it literally reminds me of a kid and a parent. Like if you like test your mom, like in my case, my mom, then I'm not getting what I want. I get in trouble. I get grounded.
Yep.
What I want is taken away. And then like it's the same like in every same way. Like if you don't follow the Most High, then you're not getting into the kingdom. You're not getting your like it's kind of like a prize. So like every time.
Let's read. You're exactly right. Back that up. Go to Revelations 21 verse 1. We think desirable things is I get free cable, free internet, Hulu. I don't know. We gotta wind this up. It's getting late. Revelation chapter 21 verse 1. We're gonna start there and read down. Revelation chapter 21 verse 1.
Revelations. Everybody got it? Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
So what's going to happen to America?
It's going to pass away.
Everything that makes America is going to be what? Passed away. Read.
And there was no more sea.
Read.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for the husband.
Read.
And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
When we finally get to the kingdom, what's going to happen?
And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
While we're here in America, all we're going to do is keep crying. As long as we're here and not home, we're going to keep crying. Because nothing is never good enough. It's never good enough. It's always going to be something of why I'm not happy. Why I don't feel content. Now I got to have this, and now I got to have this. Now I got to have that. Because I don't have this, I'm not happy. And our spirits, and again, you know, I always talk about the difference between spirit and feeling. Our spirits are meant to be in Jerusalem. Our spirits are meant to be in the kingdom, in paradise. That's where our spirits are supposed to be at. Our spirits are not going to be happy here. We were built for here. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 said what? Let us make man in our image. That's our spirit, to be like the Most High. Not to be Americans. Not to be living up here in hell. That's why white people can be here and flourish. They can smoke, drink. You ever see how when we work out, we have to be on some grass, some earth, or a track. You ever see how they can just be running like down the street, smoke, butt smoke, traffic, just it ain't nothing. They can live in the worst conditions and thrive. Because this is the height of, they can't get no higher. This is their kingdom. So they can enjoy all the reckless, crazy stuff of this kingdom. It don't affect them. They can be closet alcoholics. You never know about it. They can be closet fags. Never know about it. They're able to maintain and just do what they do. Because this is the height. They will never get any higher than where they are right now. So they can, whatever the hell it is they do. George Clooney, the Rothschilds, they cannot get any higher. They have to clone animals, try to clone people, mess with DNA, mess with all the stuff they mess with, because they cannot get any higher. They've destroyed everything. This is theirs. And they love this place. This is not for us. This place does not go with our true spirit. We all know. Let's finish. Yes, ma'am.
So the scripture that talks about taking your tribulation cheerfully is basically the only way that we can do that is knowing that once we go through the tribulation and we learn what the Most High requires of us, that this is our reward. We have to look at the reward in order to be able to take who we go through on a daily basis.
Yes.
This is not our rest. We'll never be happy.
Exactly. That's why Paul told us what? Keep your eye on the prize. That's not just the PBS thing for every Black, History Month. In Philippians, keep your eye on the prize. What's the prize? The kingdom, where the Most High is going to wipe away all tears. Think about within your own life what you've cried about. Relationships, money, jobs, whatever pain you've been through. He's going to wipe all those tears away. You think about like a little kid, when they got a boo-boo, they come and run up to you and they jump on your lap, and you do what? You wipe that tear out. It's going to be okay. And they just kind of, get all warm and fuzzy and everything, because mom or dad's here. They gonna make everything better. This is what the Father's ready. He's ready to make it all better. Who hurt the baby? Who hurt the baby? Bad TV. Bad TV. We go through that type of, this is what who hurt the baby? Bad nations. Bad Ham. Bad Esau. Bad Ammon. He's about, who hurt the baby? This is what we're about to go through. He gonna wipe away all tears.
Yeah.
Read.
Revelation chapter 21 and verse 4. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death,
No more death. No more of my hopes being dashed to pieces. I'm not my dreams, my hopes, and it's not gonna be it's not gonna die no more. Read.
Neither sorrow.
And neither what?
Sorrow.
Depression.
Sorrow.
Schizophrenia.
Sorrow.
Read.
Nor crying. Neither shall there be any more pain.
And there's not gonna be what?
Any more pain.
Yeah, I got several songs within my head, right? I ain't gonna sing them. Go ahead.
For the former things
Go ahead.
For the former things are passed away.
For what?
The former things are passed away.
Our punishment is going to finally be gone, and we're going home. Read.
And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful.
Write it down that these words are true and faithful. We're about to go home. Let's finish this up with Acts 14:22.
Acts chapter 14, verse 22. Acts chapter 14, verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of God.
We got to go through some tribulation. We're going to have to go through tribulation before we get to our kingdom. That place of no more pain, sorrow, tears, no more crying.
That's some bricks off my shoulder, really.
Romans chapter 8, verse 18. Chapter 8.
18.
Yeah, verse 18.
Romans, oh, you got it?
Yeah. Romans chapter 8 and verse 18. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
The sufferings of this present time, you're not going to be able to compare it to the glory that we're going to have. You're not going to be able to measure. We're going to feel like we cheated God. We're going to feel like for everything he's going to give us and reward us with, that this is all I had to do? This really all I had to go through? To get this? He said, we're going to be amazed. We're going to be shocked. We really are. That it's not, it's going to feel like we didn't do enough to deserve this. We didn't suffer enough. Now finishing up Revelation chapter 2, and we were in verse 10, right? Let's finish that up and then we out. Then we out. Now, I do have I'm scheduled to teach again Wednesday night. We'll continue on with what we continue with on Wednesday night.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, And you shall have tribulation 10 days.
10 days means just a certain amount of time. Go ahead.
Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
It says, be faithful unto death. Even if it means death, what's the most I will give you?
A crown of life.
That crown of life. Right? That crown of life.
So that means that if you die, then are you guaranteed a spot in the kingdom?
I'm not gonna say on some Jim Jones type.
No,
Let's all drink this Kool-Aid.
No, none of that.
Let's go with Thessalonians. First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 13.
First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep.
And in asleep here, we know that Christ, like when Lazarus was passed away, they said he's dead. He's only asleep. When the little girl was passed away, he said no, she's just asleep. That the way the Most High, he refers, you read a lot of times in the scriptures, it says, and the kings, they slept with their fathers. They slept with their forefathers. The Most High saw death as just sleep. It's not.
Because the spirit doesn't.
You're asleep. This body is done, but the spirit is still alive. Read on.
That ye sorrow not,
So now concerning those that sleep, that you sorrow not. Go ahead.
even as others which have no hope.
I love this scripture. Why do other people sorrow so much at death? Because they got no hope. They face the great abyss, the great unknown. It's just over. That's what they really think, but because they don't know the scriptures. Read.
Verse 14. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so, then also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him.
So we know when the Most High comes to actually finally destroy this place, who is he bringing with him?
Most High, the angels.
The angels and Christ.
The angels, Christ, and who? According to verse 14.
He's bringing them with
Right.
The ones, if let's say I do the Tupac thing. Wildest scenario I can get. Cops come to the door, FEMA, they all dressed up in their riot gear, and I'm here teaching. And they got the red dots all over everywhere, and they're like, look, you gonna stop teaching. No, I'm not. Read. Boom, 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 boom. They take me out. Boom, 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 boom. And I sleep. The most I said, and concerning me in this particular time, what are y'all not supposed to do?
Fear.
Or sorrow.
Sorrow, yeah.
Oh, but they have Mashahba. No. How's Mashahba gonna make it? No.
So to speak,
Can I get my
just
7
stay
days
strong.
in, Mashahba?
I'm sorry?
Can I get my 7 days? The morning?
That'll be up to them.
I'm just saying. Oh, my brother, I mean, you can do that.
You can, but
I know where you're going, but I'm just.
but no, I'm being up there that look, you about to see me here in a little bit anyway. Be honest about it. I'm coming right back. Go ahead.
Okay. First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren.
What does that mean to be ignorant? It says don't be untaught, don't be unlearned. You got to learn this. You got to know this. Because this is one tactic that is used against Israelites big time. The fear of death. And the fear, I'm so afraid of death that, hell yeah, if they will be support, I'll be support. Why am I going to kill myself? You dumb. I ain't going to say dumb. I'm going to say scared. Do you really believe in the scriptures or not? Now I'm gonna say this for those who've been in the truth for a little while. Does everybody remember the widow woman with the 7 sons in Maccabees? How they just wanted them to act like they was eating pork. They were saying basically, take some turkey, but just make it seem like it's pork, and you'll be cool. What did they do? They tortured them unmercifully, right?
They sat back and their mother watched all of this first,
Yeah.
and then they killed her last.
And she encouraged them, take this death mantle, do this. One thing they get us so spooked with is the fear of death and the fear of anything. So we think wisdom would be what? Well, wisdom, shit, just eat the pork. You just pork.
Exactly.
That's what we would say wisdom is. But we just read this, the Bible said, what is wisdom?
Doing what he's asked you.
The fear of the Lord. And then we know that the mother with the 7 children, that's 2 Maccabees chapter 7. But we read 2 Maccabees chapter 6, you read about the old man. And they offered him the same deal. And he said, though you kill me now, when my spirit leaves my body, where's my spirit going right in front of him anyway? I got to still report to the Most High. So do I think I'm getting away? Do I think I spared myself so I get to live a couple years longer? Where's my spirit got to still report back to no matter what? But I still got to report back to the Most High. And he gonna be okay. So you've read before where it says, what will a man give in exchange for his soul? So you try to go ahead and eat that pork for your soul. All right. You knew better. But you thought you were applying wisdom when I told you what wisdom was. To have the fear of the Most High is wisdom. You stopped losing the fear of the Most High, you feared men more than you feared the Most High. Okay. You made your decision. So am I. Let's finish reading.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven, and with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, to meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore, comfort one another with these words.
That's what's giving us comfort. That doesn't worry about these things. But that's one of the biggest fear tactics that's used against us. We're supposed to, that's why we need to be studying more. That's why we need to be in these scriptures more, about the prophecies more. So we understand what's going on, so that we can have comfort to our souls, comfort to our spirits as these things happen. Any questions so far about what we went over tonight at all? All right, cool. Are we still broadcasting? I'd like to say shalom and thank y'all for tuning in. My name is Mashahba.
My name is Shar.
We would like to thank y'all. Please tune in to our class tomorrow night. Tomorrow's Tuesday. That's Priest Tazapah will be teaching. And then I'll be back on Wednesday night to continue with the Gentile class, to start to deal with the Gentile class starting this Wednesday. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. With that, we're going to say shalom.
Shalom.
Let's go ahead and say the Lord's Prayer. We are here.